Friends, hope you all are doing well. Myself, Ganeshan Ramnathan, the Administration Executive on behalf of Sports Next Educational Institute, India's only 360-degree sports education provider, welcomes you all in today's webinar. This webinar is an introductory course orientation webinar for the MBA in Sports Management program. First of all, I would like to introduce all the panelists for today. We have with us Mr. Pranav Yadav, the Assistant Director of Sports and Youth Affairs at the Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He is an alumnus of the Indian Institute of Management in Rohtak. Mr. Yadav was an active badminton player and represented Haryana at the national level. We will subsequently interact with Mr. Yadav to understand how the Indian sports ecosystem is growing at the current rate and what will be the scope of this MBA Sports Management program in the future. The second panelist today is Mr. Anand Pandey. He is the Regional Manager for Marketing in South Asia for UCAM University. We will ask him to share his understanding about how the students have performed previously who have passed out from the university. Overall, what is the trend of this program and what is the demand for this course over the past few years? We'll start with a brief insight about the Institute. The Institute is led under the visionary guidance of Lieutenant General Manvinder Singh, a man who was a pioneer in introducing new training methodologies during his olive green days and was also associated to host one of the most prestigious events, that is the Durand Cup, amongst many silver linings and accolades in his illustrious administrative career for over 30 years. The Institute therefore clearly visualizes to empower each budding executive with quality education, technological insight, and inculcating an entrepreneurial spirit among them. The Institute is India's only 360-degree sports education provider. It means that we will deliver higher education as well as continuous professional development for administrators, executives, sports scientists, and trainers. We have curated the best international courses and integrated them as per the Indian sports ecosystem. We are proud to say that we have the upcoming World Football Summit, which we have the prestigious honor to associate one of our speakers with the event. WFS will run a 20-minute live WFS talk session to highlight our institute and the unique programs that we offer. Universidad Católica Santa Antonia de Murcia, which is based in Spain, is one of the unique universities which is ranked among the top 10 universities in Europe for sports education. Just to give you all a stat, in the recently held Rio Olympics of 2016, 17 medals were won by the students out of a total participation of 60. That itself shows the uniqueness in sports heritage in the university. Just to highlight, I'll show you all a small example of this rich heritage through a video. So I hope all of you got a good idea about the rich heritage which the university represents in terms of sports. Moving ahead with the presentation, we have Dronacharya Ganguly Prasad ji associated with us. He is a former national badminton coach and he is also an alumnus of the prestigious Sports Authority of India for sports education. We are honored to have him as the honorary director of the institute. Now let's take a deep dive into the course curriculum and the methodology. The course has three blocks as shown in this slide. The foundation block is to gain knowledge and will be delivered online. Once mentioned online, this will be through a dedicated LMS platform through which the class repository will be made available for 7 days post the lectures. This can be referred to multiple times by the students as per their requirement. Not only that, we also have pre-class content and topic reference documents which will be available for the students as a library. We also have a dedicated coordinator who will also be available for the students to clarify any doubts which they have post lecture days. The classes are live and interactive and will be scheduled for 3 days a week from 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Block 2 is the contact block, which will be delivered at Gwalior physically. And block 3 is the hands-on integration program. This is to ensure quality internships for all the students. As the foundation block subjects are mentioned, the course curriculum is unique and unparalleled. We will deliver all the management tools and insights to upscale your ability and insight in the industry. You will learn how to manage an organization, individuals, or infrastructure. You will learn the marketing and sales concepts with insights of negotiation. You will also learn leadership and legal aspects which surround the sports industry. You will be introduced with new technological and innovative tools which are proven internationally and augments the sports industry. You will also learn the technical aspects that are associated with the master classes, which will be through industry experts. The contact program is focused to improve the understanding as well as the soft skills. This is the phase to fine tune each one of your skills to make you real leaders when you step into the industry. This will be helping you to augment your skills and become a real professional. When we mention the industry integration, we mean it to be holistically getting exposure through all the probable avenues. This is specifically as per your strength. We will identify your strengths and allow you all to develop it further through integration, networking, and projection. This will allow you to grab the best opportunities once you complete your master's degree. You all must be aware of Sandesh Jhingan. He is associated with us, the vice captain of the Indian football team. He is also the highest paid Indian player. He will be interacting with all the students and will share his perspective as a player. These are the several associations that we have with a unique institute. We'll be giving the exposure to students in I-League clubs such as Sudeva FC, ISL clubs such as Hyderabad FC and Bengaluru FC. We also have Abhinav Bindra Training Foundation, Pulera Gopichand Academy, to name a few. Now, before I move into the operational part of the course, I will now request Mr. Pranav to explain what is the current situation with the Indian sports ecosystem and how the MBA Sports Management program will help students to further upscale their skills. Over to Mr. Pranav.
Hi everyone. So good afternoon. So as Ganesh mentioned about the current state of the ecosystem in India, so the sports is not particularly doing well for now. For now, the sector has been bleeding badly, but that doesn't mean that this is going to pursue for a longer period of time. And since you guys who are enrolling in the batch of 2020 must be passing out by 2022 or 2023. So by that time of period, sports will be back, and of course it will be back with a better sound. So it is in good time right now, and the organizations, federations, agencies, talent management companies, they'll be looking for people who have dual specialization. For now, sports was quite unorganized, and people were getting recruited by means of references. But times are changing. There are companies coming up, dedicated companies coming up for sports recruitments. So my this is what I'm saying as far as I have learned. So look for the best that you can grab out of the course. Just I have written some few points I'll mention out to you guys. So just try to read out of syllabus. Sports is really vast, right? So don't limit yourself to the Indian subcontinent. Try reading case studies for US, uh, other sports in US, NHL, NBA, NFL, and look for countries like New Zealand. Adventure sports and sports tourism is altogether a big market. 20% of the global tourism, out of the 100% of the global tourism, 20% counts for sports tourism in particularly. And apart from that, in syllabus, broadly focus on sports governance. That's one of the, though you call it management, sports management. See, management is a universal concept that can be applied anywhere. But far and far, sports is more about administration and governance. Since sports is a state subject, try to learn the sports policies of each and every state, because at the end of the day, when things come to projects, to life projects, it's all about the state governments which manage the governance. So try and learn about the sports policies of as many states as possible. And apart from that, as Ganesh mentioned, you guys will be having internships. That this is my personal belief: avoid non-paid internships unless and until it is your dream company. Avoid non-paid internships, or even if you're going for a non-paid internship, at least request for a letter of recommendation when there are times for your PPO. And not just sports companies, look after for companies who sponsor sports. This is I'm referring to internships. Companies like Coca-Cola, Samsung, or other big automobile brands, they have their marketing departments. Don't just look for the companies which are dedicated to sports. Look for companies who sponsor sports as well. And try to make as many connections as possible. Speak to international students who are pursuing sports management from other universities in other countries. Try to build relation with those. Try to make friends with them. Try to help them. Try to introduce them to the Indian market. Learn the true perks of their market. And just try interning once in your in your dream job, where you feel you might have thought of so far that this is the place I would like to work. Because once you'll go, you'll see the reality. You may not want to work in that sector particularly. Meanwhile, I was doing my masters. I was very passionate and fascinated about how sports broadcasting works. So I interned in this D Sport. It was in channel under Discovery Channel, extended arm of sports of Discovery Channel. I didn't like it at all, but I never knew that I'll move myself towards the policy building side of sports. But this is what I'm liking. So try your level best to work, to get an internship where you dream to work in the coming times. And one more thing for internships: try to you all might be coming from some sports background, as far as I believe. So try to work in your parent sports federation. For say someone coming from table tennis, try to get an internship in TTFI. Put as many number of emails as required, because federations, they are not very prompt like private organizations. They won't revert back. Try visiting to the office. So these are the two major things for internships as far as my personal experience is concerned. And apart from that, please put up any questions if you would like to.
Okay, I think I will take the questions at the end of the session, Pranav.
All right.
Okay, so I'll just quickly share my screen and we'll move on with the presentation, and then we can take up the questions from anybody at the end. Okay, now getting back to the presentation. Here you can see where we are discussing our course methodology. You can see we basically have 3 focus points. Our course is a balance between theory and applied learning. We will push your horizon to develop practical understanding through solving based learning, and also help you with networking, which is quite essential for individual growth. The endeavor is to upscale and empower you with correct perspective and the tools required to analyze and perform optimally in the industry. Moving on. These are some of the faculties which are associated with us. You can see it's a very good mixture of international and Indian expertise. Therefore, you can get the best of both worlds is what we're aiming for. Here you can see Dr. Saji Prabhakaran, who's an advisor with Sports Next. With experts like Dr. Saji with us, you can only imagine the quality of the faculty we have. Now I'll quickly go over the course timeline. The introductory classes start from November 15th, and the actual regular classes will start from 5th December. From November 23rd to 27 is a WFS Live. I will talk about that in the coming slides. After the normal classes start in December, from December to August 2021 will be the foundation block, which will take place online. The contact block, which will happen through September 2021, where you will have to come to our institute in Gwalior. And the integration block will run through October 2021. I'd like to quickly point out that we have kept the integration block at such a time where most of the events and leagues are starting again in India. For example, I-League and ISL are starting at the same time. Therefore, if you want to get internship and integration into this industry, we feel it's the best time to do that, and we have coordinated at the same time. The November 2021 is the final year of your final month of your course, and this will take place where you will cover your assessments and your paper submissions. As I said, 23rd November to 27 November is the WFS Live. Now, WFS Live, for who are not aware, is the World Football Summit. The students from our course will get the unique opportunity to attend this event live. I think right now in India, we're currently the only university which is providing such an opportunity. WFS Live is a platform where the stakeholders, all the prominent stakeholders from from all countries come to make major decisions about the beautiful game, and you'll get the unique opportunity to be a part of it. Classes will be held 3 days a week. You can see on the screen, they're planned on between 30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. A very unique thing about these classes is, since we'll be doing the classes through an online LMS platform, the content of the classes will remain on the LMS platform for the next 7 days, which is a definite advantage, which I will cover in the next slide. So here again, I'm just quickly going through the unique points which my colleagues have already discussed. You've already seen the amount of associates and industry integration plans we have. Our delivery will be a bimodal study delivery. As I said, it's a mixture of online and contact-based learning. This also ensures your safety because we all know we are in the midst of a pandemic here. And as I said, the LMS platform will provide you the materials of a class for the next 7 days, which means in case you ever miss a lecture, you can go back and revisit all the lectures for the next 7 days. It's this MBA Sports Management program is the only international accredited degree right here in India right now. So I think it's quite a unique opportunity for all the attendants, and you should make the best of it. Flexi payment option, I will quickly go through here. So the fees and admission part, you can see on the screen, the entire fees course is divided into three parts: the enrollment fee, tuition fee, and the contract program fee. The contract enrollment fee is 2,25,000. I'm sorry, 2,50,000. The tuition fee is rupees 25,000 per month, and the contact program fee, which is for your contact program block in Gwalior, is a one-time payment of rupees 50,000. Now, this entire breakdown, you can play it in three different modes. First one is a flexi payment where you can pay rupees 1,65,000 upfront, and the rest of the amount we can divide it into months, and you can pay through a EMI mode. Second option is a monthly EMI with Finance Peer. Finance Peer is a financial organization which has partnered with us. Through this option, you can pay the entire course fee through an EMI mode, but you'll have to pay a 5% interest Finance Peer. In case you were planning to go for a loan, I would just like to quickly point out that normal Indian banks charge around 10 to 12% for student loans, whereas Finance Peer is charging only 5%. The third option is a one-time payment, where if the student is comfortable paying the entire amount in one go, he or she will be eligible for a discount up to 20% on the enrollment fee. As I said, from 16 November, introductory lectures will start. So I really suggest all the attendees that post this webinar, you can get in contact with us and start your documentation process, because seats are filling up fast as we are getting a lot of registrations. Couple of 2 points I would like to mention here. First is we do have scholarships for people who are involved in sports or who have been involved in sports at various levels. What we suggest to the students here is they can send in their certificates to us. We in turn discuss with the university, and then we get back to you with what sort of amount of scholarship you can look at. And the second point I would like to mention is, as an institution, we are aware that many of the students have had problems delivering their degree certificates, or they're showing the mark sheets because exams have been postponed by COVID-19. I would like to quickly reassure those students that we are providing you a leeway till December 31st. Till then, you can take your time and you can submit the documents subsequently. And then you can take up probable admission with us, start the classes, and reap the benefits of the course. And in time, you can submit your documents. And last not the least, from the institute side, I would again like to reassure the students that all guidance and assistance will be provided and ensured by the institute. On that, again, I'll just some of the listed associates you can see here. We are associated with football clubs and sports analytics companies, or even brands like NutriSupplements, Nivea, etc. We do have lots more other partners than these. We have just listed some of them here for your viewing. Well, that brings us to the end of my presentation. I would like to hand over Mr. Anand Pandey, who is with us on behalf of UCAM. Mr. Anand, if you can please go through what are the opportunities that students are taking up after they pass out from this course, and sort of market trend we are looking in the previous years.
Sure, Pratik. In the meantime, you just give me the access to share my screen. In the meantime, I will just highlight 2-3 points, which is already highlighted by Pranav. Yes, Pranav had said very rightly, you have to make a very good contacts. I give a very live example. In our 2-year back, we have a batch where one student is from Ghana, one is from Netherlands, and one is from other European country. These 3 student came for an MBA program with UCAM, and they had done the program. And after 3 years, you will be surprised. Now they are an employer. They are already participating in the league, and they have a very good startup for their business journey. So this is a kind of an interaction which you can get when you have a lot of mind is coming at one place and a constructive mind. Uh, Second thing which I would like to highlight, like yes, this program, the if you see the curriculum and if you go to the depth of this curriculum, you realize it's designed in a way where it involved or it take care of a lot of practical things in spite of the theoretical, because sports is not a this especially this sports management is not a program only for the sports professional. Because if someone asks me like, sir, why I want to do the MBA sports management, because I have the student from engineering background, I have the student from legal law, I have the student from arts background, so I get the student from different background, like who had done the bachelor in different domain. One thing is very common with all the students is they have the passion for sports. They want to do something in sports. And if someone is asking me like, sir, is it okay if I do a sports? So I generally explain them in a way like, see, in a sports, we understood, if we broadly understood, there is a two vertical. One is the athletes and one is the management, which comes under the like the organizer, the physiotherapist, the sports scientist, and all those thing management guys. So the MBA sports management guys are more concerned on the second part. Definitely they will not be athletes because that need a proper dedication and proper hard work. So if someone had not any experience in the sports, like as athletes, he can join and associated with the sports with the help of MBA sports management. I have many successful stories with the students who is really doing good in this program. And definitely Pranav had also raised a concern about the internship. Yes, internship is a tool basically which is provided to the students to get the real-time experience. Yes, in some cases it's paid, some cases it is unpaid, but it again depending upon the company to company. But likely, as I know, most of the company, they feel like, okay, if someone is coming and working with you, so definitely they will give you a payout. So now I don't understand, like there is some option or the company is using this kind of policies. So you can correct me if I'm wrong, Pranav, but this is what my perspective is like. Now the students are usually getting some kind of a stipends. Yes, it's not a salary, it's a stipend. Okay, now I would like to share my screen, which give you the more insight of the UCAM, understanding the sports heritage, what we have, the kind of exposure we have till now. Okay, let me share my screen. Just a second. Can you all see my screen now?
Please go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to inform you, like we are the only university who have our own professional team in football and basketball. And here is some glimpse of our matches, if you could see. In these pictures, you will realize like we are not dedicated only for the football and basketball. Even though we have our own professional team, that is our strength, but we also focus for the other sports. Okay. Now, these are the gold medalists who had participated in Rio Olympic 2016. She is Mary Bolmento. She had got the gold medal in swimming. If I show the another picture, sorry. Marcus, he again won the gold medal. This is Craviotto. So these all are the medalists. I will tell you the more graph about this. And this is our football stadium in Murcia. The reason to show all these pictures is to make you understand, like we are not only talking about the sports. We are the really who is working on the sports. and we are very, very much dedicated on this. If you see, like, we are majorly following the US kind of sports curriculum with us, and we also a part of a Spanish Olympic Committee. So we have a very good advantage. We were associated with La Liga till 2017. So we have a very good expansion or exposure in terms of the sports in Spain. Uh, I will show you this picture. I believe if someone could recall this picture, she is Carolina Marin. She has the final badminton match with PV Sindhu. That time she was associated with UCAM. And you can see the facts and figure of the gold medal, silver and bronze, what we had got as a UCAM. And again, with the different sports, what we have. I would like to play one video for you guys. And again, I have a video for the Indian students who had done this program and who is really well settled. This is the actual image of the university in Spain.
Hi, I'm Steven from India. My home city is Chennai, and I'm doing MBA Sports Management in La Liga.
Hi, I'm Sajid Udayangu from Sri Lanka. I'm doing here my official master's in high performance, strength and conditioning.
Actually, I'm passionate about sports. I just looking around the best university in the countries, especially in Europe. I found UCAM. They are tied up with.
This is the glimpse of the Rio Olympic when they have the match, PV Sindhu and Carolina Marin.
The big brand, big Spanish league, La Liga. So I choose.
It's a really interesting question. I'm dealing with here more than 10 different nationalities. It's really good because now I was in I done my graduate in Sri Lanka, so it's limited exposed to the international level. But now what I'm dealing with international culture and different level of students. So it's really interesting to me get the contacts between each other and learn how the world is going.
Yeah, obviously, personally, I'm strongly recommending this course because when I came here, I didn't expect anything. But okay, I just want to concentrate the program. But the Indian studies and from European studies are entirely different. I couldn't expect. But after I came here, really, I'm enjoying. It's completely good for if you're choosing sports. It's a completely great course. I'm recommending this course.
So the ultimate purpose to show this video to make you understand, like, sports is a field which you can teach only when you have the experience it. Because suppose if I ask with one athletes like how you feel on the ground, that will be transformed if some athletes is associated with you. Because if there is a non-professional who is teaching sports, it will be very difficult for him to make the student understand, to get the real concept or real-time experience. So ultimately, we have designed a curriculum which has the maximum portion, almost 80% portion from UCAM main curriculum, like international curriculum, and 20% is the indigenous curriculum. so that it will help you all to, you make you adequate for the both Indian as well as the international level. So I hope this things is going to help you. And definitely, yes, for the scholarship, yes, we are considering those good application for the scholarship, and we look forward from you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anand. I think we'll move on to the end of the session and take up the questions. We had a query from Granville. Granville, if you could please type up your question in the chat box or in the query box, we will eventually take it up. We have a query from Vishal, who's inquiring about the clip of the campus in India. Vishal, we don't have the clip with us right now, but subsequently after this webinar, we can share it with you. So please hold on. Any more questions from the attendees, please type them out, and our experts are available here today. They'll take it up.
I think we have one attendee who want to unmute himself because he is having some queries. Granville.
Okay.
You have the option to unmute here?
Yes. Okay, Granville, I'll allow you to talk. Please ask your question. Yes, you are enabled to talk now. Granville, please, yeah.
Hello, good evening, Granville here.
Yep.
Thank you so much for unmuting me.
Yes.
I'm from India, currently studying at St. Xavier's College, Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to know, I'm in my final year doing arts,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be graduating around about May, since due to the COVID pandemic. So I think our graduation will be a little bit delayed. So if I have to continue my further studies at UCAM University, how exactly and when exactly would I be starting?
For the UCAM, you have to go for the full-time classes, and then
Okay.
you have to apply in September 2021, September-October intake.
That's
And
right.
whereas you have the option with this Sports Next to continue your program, so that in the meantime we can provide you the provisional degree, provisional admission, and as soon as you submit your final documents, your bachelor document, you will be granted a master degree. Because in the new education system, you are allowed to do the dual programs.
Okay.
So you have both the options available with current situation, and both the version of the program is equivalently important. One is definitely if you are looking for more perspective in the Indian format, yes, you have a very good opportunity with the Sports Next, and UCAM, yes, it's a little bit costlier, but yes, for the international, if you're looking for the international exposure, it's giving you a good booster.
Okay. In fact, I was looking for the international because I got through the site through UCAM University.
Okay.
So I was keeping one of my options open at UCAM. I think it's in Mosha.
Yeah, right.
So I researched about that, and I had kept my options open to that. So I thought that's the query or the doubt I had.
No worries. It's good like you had asked this query, and
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear this, like you had done the inquiries and done your research. So it's good to know
Yes.
this. You be in touch with me on the month of April and May.
Surely, I will definitely keep in touch, Mr. Anand. I think I've contacted you a couple of few times earlier.
Really?
Yes, on WhatsApp. I don't know if you remember, but
Sorry,
that's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Okay, no issue. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. We have one question from Vishal, who is asking, if I am to go with monthly EMI option with 5% interest, how much do I need to pay at the initial? I think we have the director of the institute present with us today. I think, sir, please, you can answer this question.
Vishal, first of all, this is just a very specific query about EMI. I think you have to first deposit your documents, and you have to first see whether you are eligible for any scholarship or not. If there is any scholarship, then the total fee, whatever will be there, will be divided into 12 months. Suppose you are paying 5 lakh rupees, then it is divided into 12 months, and that can be your EMI format. And if you are taking help from finance peer, then you are giving a 5% extra. So I think it is the subsidiary steps. You can get a lot of flexibility through us regarding payment options. So better we start documenting and then find out what will be your exact payment package. Once we say that something is your payment package, that is divided by 12 is a EMI. If you are taking help from finance peer, then you are paying 5% more. If you are going through a down payment and subsequent 3 with a EMI, the institute is not taking any monthly, you can say, interest. So I hope I'm clear in terms of your package and provisions available with us.
Right, Vishal. So, as sir said, we have lots of flexibility around the fees part. I suggest you get in touch with us post this webinar, or we can get in touch with you, and we can explore the options of what modes you can pay.
Pratik, it's better you can just tell the document name. Might be it is helpful for the other students. What are the documents required to start the admission process?
Right. For now, if you want to apply for a scholarship, we need at least 4 documents from you. The first ones being your degree certificate, the mark sheets, your CV from you, and any sporting certificates if you have. At least these 4 are required. On top of that, if you're planning to move ahead with the admission process, we will need a motivation letter, or what we call a statement of purpose from your side. And we have a application form which we email to the applicants. They need to fill that up and send it back to us. I think that is pretty much 6 documents. Is that correct, Ganeshan? Am I missing something?
Yeah, that's the correct thing. We'll be having 6 documents which they need to submit. And initially, during the scholarship, they need to submit the 4 documents.
Yeah, so that we can gauge what side of amount you are eligible for. So I'll just quickly go through again. CV, sporting certificates, education certificates, application, and an identity, sort of. Maybe if you have Aadhaar card or passport, that is fine.
So I don't think any other queries are there from the student side. I'll finish it off from the institute side, but before we finish off, I'll just request Mr. Pranav Jadhav to say a few lines about TARF, the event what FICCI is going to organize in the month of December.
Hi, many thanks for that. So there's this annual event called TURF, which happens every year, mostly into December. So this is a joint program between Ministry of Youth and Sports Affairs and Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Sports and Youth Affairs Department. So more or less, there are 3 components of TURF. One is the conference, in which there are likely 10 to 12 topics concerning the sports ecosystem. Post that, we have FICCI Sports Awards. There are around 14 categories in the awards, ranging from Lifetime Achievement Award, Best Athlete Women, Best Athlete Men, Best State Government Promoting Sports, Best Company Promoting Sports through CSR. And this year we also have a virtual sports expo. So I'll share the details with the administration. They'll further acknowledge the details to you as well. So that's TURF more or less.
Thank you, Mr. Pranav. We'll be looking forward to the event, and Sports Next will like to be part of it along with our students. Thanks all attendees, and we will just eagerly wait for all of your documentation so that we can complete the process. I sincerely thank Mr. Anand Pandey, and we just finished the webinar today. Hope it answers all the questions to all the students. Thank you.
Okay. One last question is from Granville, who's asking if he can stay in touch with Mr. Anand. Granville will share your contact details with Anand, and he will get in touch with you. Okay. Or Anand, maybe you can put down your details here.
He had already mentioned he had connected me through chat, so he can continue with that.
Okay, sure. Then we'll be closing this session for today. Thank you everybody for joining. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.